that? I think there's a very good chance that it could be a pivotal moment, because there's no doubt that I think the perception, especially when you had Brother Michael Brown's body there for 4.5 hours, and then when it was finally picked up, it was kind of thrown into the old SUV and the people could see it. Regardless of what one's interpretations of the facts may be, there's a level of disrespect that was felt when you have a human being there laying there with the blood flowing for 4.5 hours in the heat, and then to have the body just thrown on an SUV like that. And so I think the problem then becomes not just a matter of the trust and distrust that a lot of the corporate media talks about, but also the sense of feeling so disrespected. And you see, that brings back deep, deep subconscious and conscious memories of being black in America. I mean, we've got the three basic tendencies of our neoliberal society now, which is to financialize, to militarize, and to privatize. And we saw the militarizing, in this case, of the local police. But that militarizing, in some ways, is the peak of an iceberg. You got national surveillance, you got national security, keeping track of all of us, making it difficult to have any kind of genuine privacy, and then the ability to bring in such highly weaponized and militarized entities like look like tanks, as you say, look like Baghdad in that sense. And it's been in place, of course, since 9/11, under both Republican and Democratic administrations. I was in the court twice with Sister Manning because I'm very concerned about the violation of rights and liberties, the degree to which now, of course, as you know, under National Defense Authorization Act, you can actually detain people without judicial review. You can assassinate American citizens without any accountability whatsoever has been forced so far. That, for me, is a fundamental violation of the Constitution. It shows the degree to which there is a lack of accountability and answerability for those who are committing, in my view, war crimes when they're killing innocent civilians, and the fact that the very person who points out the war crime is the one who's criminalized, rather than the persons who are committing the war crimes. And it goes all the way up. It goes all the way up to the White House at that point. I consider Edward Snowden John Brown of the National Surveillance State, that he had the courage to sacrifice his all in the name of public interest to disclose to us some of the lies of the American government and some of the crimes of the American government. And I think that that's the highest form of patriotism, actually. In that sense, the fact that he's in Russia, I wish he could come back. But I think history will vindicate that claim. Well, he's had a lot coming at him, but I think that for the most part he has been unable to exemplify the kind of courage and vision that so many of us were excited about in 2008. This is true in regard to the prison-industrial complex, the new Jim Crow prison-industrial complex. This is true in regard to massive unemployment still at work. This is true in regard to drones, which again I consider war crimes, killing innocent people. This is true in regard to Wall Street and the Wall Street domination of his economy. Why Wall Street executives walk off scot-free. Torturers walk off scot-free. Rule of law having very, very little status in that regard. I think those are major, major failures. They would make major failures of any presidential administration, not just his. Again, you see, when you talk about targeting those who have declared war on the United States. See, I do draw a distinction. I'm not a pacifist like Martin King. I believe there is such a thing as just war. I believe there's just war against ISIS right now that I would support. But at the same time, the killing of innocent civilians by individuals is murder. By the state, it's a war crime. No matter who it is. It could be Israel killing innocent civilians in Gaza. It could be Hamas killing innocent civilians in Tel Aviv. It could be the U.S. government killing innocent civilians in Pakistan, Somalia, Yemen, and so forth. Well, one, certainly the heroic Occupy movement allowed us to focus on wealth inequality and income inequality in a way that we had not in 30 years. That in and of itself is an achievement that's very difficult to do in our 24/7 news cycle. Secondly, the Occupy movement is still alive. It's manifest in a number of different ways. In Ferguson, for example, Occupy the Hood is very strong. Brother Malik and the others, very strong there. Same is true, of course, during Sandy. Hurricane Sandy, Occupy was strong. Occupy was at work with the fast food. Occupy is still alive. It just manifests a lot of different ways.